Hi everybody, my name is Sierra. In my current event, it was written in the New York Times. It is titled "Lawsuit Claims Epstein Trafficked Girls in Caribbean Until 2018." It's talking about, it was by Allie Watkins, it was just recently published actually, January 15th, 2020. The guy who was named Mr. Epstein, he was a wealthy financer, and him and his associates had used a database in order to track young girls. So these young girls are being trafficked, and it said that they were as young as 11 or 12 years old. And according to the article, he had been doing this for a while, many years, but it was just recently caught. It doesn't state how long he actually kept the victims. However, it does say that it was dozens of women and girls that he exploited. We do know that sex trafficking is something very big in the world right now, not just in the United States, but all over, especially when you're traveling to like another country. You need to be extra careful about your surroundings, things of that such. But it's really becoming a huge problem over here in the U.S. People really have to watch themselves and where they go. Be very aware of your surroundings. For the girls, also in the article, it talks about how they may take the assets and divide them up and distribute them amongst the victims. Now, in my opinion, I don't think that would be smart, just because why would you want to give a piece of, like, a reminder to the victims, from the person who abused them and used them in the wrong ways? If they're in the process of trying to heal or, move past what they went through, it wouldn't be smart to give them a piece to remind them of the person. He committed suicide while he was in jail awaiting for his sentencing. It says that he hung himself and he wasn't checked on for hours, so nobody knew what had happened. It was during the night. So that's an investigation within itself. However, I think it is very important that for these young girls and women in general, but to get counseling. I think that would be a start, to get help, to talk about it, to help heal, to move past the trauma that they've been through. I think it is very important that it is talked about more, and that maybe more classes or just more education in general on how to protect yourself if you're found in a situation where somebody is trying to kidnap you or harm you, or just teaching young girls and young women how to better watch their surroundings. Because I know for myself, sometimes I don't always pay attention to what's around me, and then I hear something happen to somebody, and I think, well, that could have been me. And you never know, because it could be you, it could be your cousin, it could be your little sister, it could be your niece. You never know who it could be. So it's very important to keep that in mind. And like for these girls, for them to be so young, especially 11 and 12 years old, they haven't really experienced life. So for them to move forward, to go through school, and get older and experience puberty and relationships and things like that, is going to be very tough for them, because at a very young age, they were abused and misused in ways that they shouldn't have been. And so now maybe when somebody goes to touch them or says something to them, or they might see somebody that looks just like their abuser, it's going to be a trigger for them. It's going to be hard for them to be in these relationships, to advance into adulthood behind being trafficked. Because a lot of times with trafficking, comes sexual abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse. Mental abuse can stick for a long time. And sometimes it can be worse than the physical abuse. So for these girls, it's going to be a continuous process in trying to get better and move forward to progress in life as they get older. And I really hope that they do get help and that they're looked after more, and that they really do get the help that they need, because that can be very traumatizing. I can only imagine what it would feel like to be taken like that, especially at a young age like that, barely able to defend for yourself. But yes, I do think that the first step would be to get counseling and to talk about it with somebody, because if you don't talk about it, then sometimes it doesn't get any better. But I really hope that these girls get the help that they need. Thank you.